Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a little different. As you can see, I am starting off with blow dried hair. I have my hair basically in two sections, front part above the crown and the back part behind the crown. I have 8 sections there in the back, 4 on each half. And then I'm just go ahead and getting a left and a right section in the front. So while I'm continuing to part, basically this hairstyle is supposed to be a hack for crocheting. If you're like me, you can't cornrow very well. So doing like the typical crochet really doesn't work for me. It never feels like really secure or anything. So when I came across the video, which I will link down below, I was like, oh, I think I can do this. So basically, I'm sectioning off a row from my hairline to the crown of my head. I'm going to end up doing 4 sections in that row. Gonna end up being like 8 rows, if you will. The 4 center ones will have 4 sections going back, and the 2 outer on each side and by my ear will have 3 going back. You'll see in a little bit exactly what I mean. So for that first row, I took off that first section right there at the hairline. I try to make everything as even as possible. So I'm just braiding like normal, just braiding down. I will tell you, you don't need to braid all the way down like you see me doing here. It's like a lesson learned that I'll take into the next time I do this, which I do plan on doing it again. And the reason I say that is because this braid that I did is going to end up being the 3rd leg that I need for the next section to do my braid. So basically what I mean is, as you can see, I just went ahead and combed that all out to make sure there's no tangles, split it in half, and I pulled that first braid up back into the second section and then began to braid. I will admit, this is not a very natural way to hold your hands while braiding, so it does take a little bit getting used to, but once you get it, y'all, you can just fly through this. So again, I'm just braiding down. You don't have to braid down as far as I did. You just want to braid enough that everything feels secure, like it's not going to just unravel, and that when you go into that next section behind, that you can easily, comfortably, however you want to word it, make it the 3rd leg of that next braid little box or section. Be careful not to braid forward too much, or as you'll see here in a second, the base will be very puffy and it doesn't lay flat. The good thing about this style is pretty much everything gets covered up. So you don't have to worry about it too much, but if you're kind of like a perfectionist, you want to be very, very careful about that. And you can see here, like that 4th one there, it's very like bubbled when I put it back. And it's because I was braiding too forward. But I just went ahead and kept that in mind as I did the rest of my hair there in the front. You can see I finished that side. Now I'm going to finish the other. And I kind of debated on if I wanted to braid all the way down. I think it's kind of up to you once you get to that last section what you want to do, but I ended up just putting everything in a ponytail with a little rubber band. I twisted that down and secured the end with another rubber band. Then I moved on to the back section. I clipped the part of it up and I left the 2 bottom pieces or bottom sections that are at the nape of my hair out so I could work with them first. Always comb everything out to get any tangles out. Be very, very careful that you're combing from the center of your head out to your ears, you can see, because we're going to be braiding outward. Basically, this braid needs to be horizontal. So you want to braid straight out, and you'll see why in just a second. So I just braided all the way down. And I went ahead and did all the sections in the back. And then I decided I wanted to go ahead and install the locks in the front because I was still kind of contemplating some things in the back. So this was so I didn't have to waste time. I could think while I still worked. So basically I just took the crochet needle, put it under or through my little base section, looped the end of the lock, because if you know anything about when you buy packs of crochet like that, each braid or lock or twist is going to have a little loop. So I'm just putting that on the crochet hook, pulling that through, and then just looping it around the length of the crochet. So if you've dealt with crochet hair before, you already know, but if this is your first experience, hopefully I explained that well enough and you guys can see exactly kind of what I'm talking about. And I didn't really get close in my video, but I believe the girl that I watched, that I have linked below, she gets a little closer, so you can watch her for reference as well. And so I went ahead and finished off in the front. As you can see where the braid crosses over my part. If that's something that bothers you, you can do what I did. And you can go and add an extra lock or braid, whatever you're using, and kind of cover that up. I elected to only do it just behind that first row of sections, just because that's right in the front. So if anybody was standing like close to me, it hid the braid. I ended up doing like a half up, half down. So when everything kind of got pulled together, my mom, my godmom, like nobody could really tell that there was braids connecting. And you'll see that, especially in the end clip, you'll see where it pretty much camouflaged itself. So I'm just putting that top part into a little bun just to get it out my way so I can go ahead and take care of that back section. So I'm taking a different crochet needle this time. And again, just that little loop that's at the end of each individual lock, I'm just putting the needle through there. And I'm just doing, I did 4 of them to start because I'm pretty sure that's what I saw in the video. But after doing it, as with like any style, you realize like some things that work for other people don't work for you. So I think because my hair might have been a little bit longer than the girl in the video, I wasn't liking, after I had finished the whole back section, it wasn't full enough for me. I could see like gaps and I could see the braid. So I ended up doing, instead of 4 on each braid in the back, I did 6 on that bottom half and 8 for the 3 rows above that. So basically, I had 12 locks on the bottom row, and then the 3 rows above it, there was 16. And you can just see I brought each braid together and put it into like a little ponytail. And as I moved to the next row up, I took my hair and brought it into the section above. I hope that makes sense. As we get a little bit further in the clip, you'll see a little bit better, I guess, what I'm talking about. So I ended up bringing everything together just upwards. So I had basically 2 ponytails from the back section where I was going upwards, and that front part where I showed you I like twisted this section after all those braids in the front half were together. So basically it made like a little ponytail, and that's what I'm doing now. This next clip, I'm going in and I pull the front half back to make a ponytail. Because I had already, before this part, I had already kind of gone in the mirror and I'm like, this is laying down, hanging down like normal. It ain't gonna work for me. I wasn't like the way it was looking. I couldn't figure out how to fix it to make it look like how I wanted. So I had to play around with that. But as you can see, I'm making this ponytail, and you'll see my little braided ponytail literally sticks out so bad from the ponytail, from the crochet locks. So what I ended up doing was I took this ponytail that I'm putting in now, I took it down. Instead of leaving that ponytail just hanging, I made it into a bun, and then I took that top half and put that into a bun. So basically my natural hair served as an anchor for this little bun. So now you can see, you can't see my hair. It's nice and full in the back. And you guys, I ended up getting like a week out of this. I could have worn it for longer, but I was ready to straighten my hair because it's wintertime. It's silk press season. So I hope that I explained this so that you guys could understand it and that you guys want to try it. It literally took me 2 hours, but a lot of that was trial and error. So let me know in the comments if you guys like this style and if you've tried it, and I'll see you in my next video.